A very pleasant good morning to all. I feel very happy to welcome you all once again to second part of today's online lecture. The first part we have um, discussed the role of elements in our human body. The second part comprised with a role of chemicals in brain, in tears, role of nitric acid, role of hydrochloric acid, and the mechanism of digestion system. The brain. What is a chemical imbalance in the brain? A chemical imbalance in the brain is said to occur when the too much or too little of certain chemicals called neurotransmitters in the brain. Neurotransmitters are natural chemicals that help facilitate communication between our nerve cells. Chemical imbalance theory is a depression and anxiety are caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. The lower than normal levels of neurotransmitter causes various symptoms in our body, feelings of sadness, overeating or loss of appetite, restlessness, irritability, a feeling of impending doom or danger, lack of energy, distancing yourself from others, feeling numbness or lacking empathy, extreme mood swings, hearing voices in your head, alcohol or drug misuse, and inability to concentrate. So these type of symptoms happened based on the normal level of neurotransmitters will be reduced. 5 ways to boost your natural happy chemicals. One is a dopamine, another one is a serotonin, and another one is oxytocin, endorphin, and cortisol. The role of dopamine: embrace a new goal, approaching a reward triggers dopamine. Serotonin: believe in yourself. Confidence triggers serotonin. Oxytocin: build rest consciously. Endorphin: make time to stretch and laugh. Cortisol: building new happy habits. The next one, there are four major chemicals in the brain that influences our happiness. This abbreviated as a dose: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin. The role of dopamine, the goal achieving chemical, that is called and another name of dopamine, the goal achieving chemical. Oxytocin is a chemical of love. The leadership chemical is called serotonin. Endorphin is it's derived from endogenous morphine, the pain masking chemical. These four structures are for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. The next one, pH of liquids. The pH stands for the potential of hydrogens. The pH decide the nature of acid and the nature of alkali. It's defined as number of value that expresses the acidity or alkalinity of a solution on which 7 is neutral. The lower of 7 is called acid. The higher of 7 is called alkaline nature. Normal rain has a pH of 5.6. It is a slightly acidic because of the carbon dioxide picked up in the Earth's atmosphere by the rain. It is interesting to note that the pH range of seawater is normally 7.4 to 8.2. Here we have denoted some more ranges, the pH ranges for individual things like lemon, apple, banana, baking soda, ammonia, drain cleaner, soap, blood, milk, tomato, vinegar. These type of things have some more pH ranges. Now we want to know the pH nature of blood. Normal blood pH is 7.35 to 7.45. It is divided into two different parts. One is alkalosis, another one is acidosis. Alkalosis occurs when blood pH rises to 7.5 to 7.8. Acidosis occurs when blood pH drops to 7.0 to 7.3. Homeostatic mechanism helps regulate pH. Here also we have denoted some more pH ranges for individual things. Now the pH, the blood pH, if reduce 7.35, what happen? If increase 7.45, what happen? It creates some more symptoms of acidosis and alkalosis. From acidosis, central nervous system, respiratory system, heart, muscular system, digestive system also. The same system may be affected in the if increasing the pH level of 7.45 pH level of blood. And the next one, the inorganic and organic chemicals in the body. There are two kinds of chemicals that make up the human body. One is a inorganic and another one is a organic. Although there are some exceptions, inorganic chemicals are primarily molecules that are made up of one or two elements that are not carbon. For example, water, oxygen are examples of inorganic chemicals. Even in the human body functions to iron, calcium, and sodium also. And then finally, one exception is carbon dioxide, even though this contains a gas that the body cannot use and must be expelled from the lungs. Another one is an important part, chemistry behind breathing. During breathing, we take air into our lungs through the nose and then expel it. This process is called inhalation and exhalation. The breath means one inhalation plus one exhalation. Inhalation means that taking enough air rich in oxygen into the body during breathing. Exhalation means the giving out of the air rich in carbon dioxide. The process of respiration is which energy is released from food in our body. We have taken oxygen. Oxygen is transferred into our body, red blood cells. Red blood cells means that initially we have studied like that hemoglobin and myoglobin. And the hemoglobin and myoglobin roles is transport and storage of oxygen. Then it transferred to organs, and then finally it exhales carbon dioxide. The gas exchange process is performed automatically by lungs and the respiratory system. How it is work? One, the air containing oxygen and other gases comes into body through the lungs. The second one, in the lungs, the oxygen is moved into bloodstream and carried through the body. Third one, red blood cells collect the carbon dioxide and transport it back to the lungs, where it leaves the body when we exhale. Alveoli, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs in the alveoli. It is a basal position of a lungs. Then what are the chemical reactions that happen in the breathing system? When breathe in air, we have take mixture of gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, air gases, and water vapor also. Then we breathe out, the same mixture of gases also there, but the composition, I mean the percentage of composition may be varied. The equation for respiration is glucose plus oxygen. It's provide the carbon dioxide, water, and the energy. And the breaking chemical bonds, to obtain energy, we must release the energy contained in the chemical bonds of molecules such as sugars. The blood transport the sugar to the cells where the mitochondria break up their chemical bonds to release the energy they contain. Cell need oxygen to be able to carry out the process. As every cell in our body needs energy, every one of them needs oxygen. When we need energy to carry out an activity, adenosine triphosphate is broken down into adenosine diphosphate containing only two phosphate groups. Breaking the chemical bond between the third phosphate group and adenosine triphosphate release a high amount of energy. It happened based on this type of breathing part. The transport of oxygen, already told that storage and transport of oxygen happened with the help of this hemoglobin and myoglobin part. Then vital signs of breathing, it's provided some more information, the residual volume, then expiratory reserve volume, inspiratory reserve volume, then respiratory rate also. The vital capacity, inspiratory capacity, functional residual capacity, total lung capacity can be provided like this type of one. Then another important part in our body is proteins. The body is made up of 20% protein. Proteins are large, complex molecules that play many critical roles in the body. They do most of the work in cells and are required for the structure, function, and regulation of the body's tissues and organs. There are 20 different types of amino acids that can be combined to make a protein. The protein, it connects with insulin, that means hormonal insulin, in immunoglobulin, and that means antibody, and the hemoglobin, that means the transport system, enzyme part, storage, and then receptor, then contractile part, that means actin and myosin category. The sequence of amino acids determines each protein unique three-dimensional structure and its specific function. The example of protein function: immunoglobulin, phenylalanine hydroxylase, growth hormone, actin, ferritin. These type of protein functioned in our body as a different category. Antibodies, that means immunoglobulin G, it is a function as an antibody. Antibodies bind to specific foreign particles such as viruses and bacteria to help protect the body. Then enzymes, phenylalanine hydroxylase, then messenger proteins such as some of types hormones transmit signals to coordinate biological processes between different cells, tissues, and organs. And also the structural component and transport storage based on the actin and ferritin respectively. The proteins in the human body, proteins in the immune system, the antibodies complement system of 20 protein molecules that are activated during infections. And the signaling proteins, cytokines communicate with other cells. Proteins in blood, the hemoglobin, fibrinogen, albumin. The role of hemoglobin, transport oxygen. The role of myoglobin, release oxygen to muscles. The fibrinogen, it's a blood clotting part. The albumin, maintain proper amount of liquid in blood. Then another one important part, enzymes, the digestive enzymes, it helps break down food. Then cell membrane, then structural protein also. Here the collagen provides the strength, elastin provides flexibility, and the keratin provides found in skin, hair, and nails. The proteins have 4 levels of organization. It's divided by 4 different structures: primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. This allows for unique shape of proteins. It's that another one thing is a nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is derived from such a part of a protein. They are the most important of all biomolecules. They are biopolymers or large biomolecules essential to all known forms of life. The term nucleic acid is the overall name for DNA and RNA. They are composed of nucleotides, which are the monomers made of 3 components. One is a 5-carbon sugar, another one is a phosphate group, and another one is a nitrogenous base. If the sugar is compound ribose, the polymer is a RNA. If the sugar is derived from ribose or as a deoxyribose, the polymer is a DNA. RNA is a ribonucleic acid, DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid. Now we want the difference. We want to know the difference between deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. The first part, DNA consists of 2 strands, but RNA consists of only 1 strand. Arranged in a double helix in a DNA, but it is arranged only 1 helix. The DNA, each nucleotide contains a phosphate, 5-carbon sugar molecule, and a nitrogenous base. But here also, RNA sometimes form a secondary double helix structure, but only intermittently. But RNA is completely much shorter than long DNA polymers. A large RNA molecules might only be a few thousand base pairs long. There are 4 types of RNA, each encoded by its own type of gene: messenger RNA, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA, and small nuclear RNA. This is a chemical structure of DNA. DNA consists of adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. Already told that here the blue color denotes the adenine part in 2 helix structure, and the red color denotes the cytosine. The cytosine and guanine, it's combined together, and adenine and thymine part. It is this structure is entirely different from such a part of RNA. The DNA means that deoxyribose, RNA means that ribose part. Next, we want to know the most important role of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule that plays many important roles in human health. Many supplements are claimed to increase nitric oxide in the body and provide impressive benefits for health and performance. Nitric oxide dilates blood vessels, raising blood supply and lowering blood pressure. Also, a neurotransmitter, nitric oxide, acts in the nitrogen neurons active on smooth muscle, abundant in the gastrointestinal tract and erectile tissue. It's a role of nitric oxide in the different part: cardiovascular system, controls vascular tone; nervous system, acts as a neurotransmitter; lungs, dilates pulmonary vessels; gastrointestinal tract, renal system, and immune system. Here also we have denoted such a role of nitric oxide in the particular part. Here, and the nitric oxide is present in a physiological function, biochemical function, and pathological functions. Then another important one chemical, the role hydrochloric acid. The role of hydrochloric acid, it's present in in our stomach. Hydrochloric acid helps our body to break down, digest, and absorb nutrients such as protein. It also eliminates bacteria and viruses in the stomach, protecting your body from infection. Low levels of hydrochloric acid can have a profound impact on the body's ability to properly digest and absorb nutrients. There are three phases in the secretion of a gastric acid. You know that the gastric acid is a combined hydrochloric acid, potassium chloride, and sodium chloride part. The three phases, one is a cephalic phase, another is a gastric phase, and another one is a intestinal phase. The cephalic phase, 30% of this total gastric acid to be produced is stimulated by anticipation of eating and the smell or taste of food. Then 60% of acid secreted is stimulated by the distension of the stomach with the food, plus digestion produces proteins which causes even more gastrin production. The remaining 10% present in intestinal phase. And then what is called digestion? Digestion involves breaking down large food molecules into water soluble molecules that can be passed into the blood and transported to the body's organs. For instance, carbohydrates are broken down into glucose. Proteins are broken down into amino acids. Fats into broken down into fatty acids and glycerol. The digestive systems involves hollow organs and solid organs. The food travels through two way, that means hollow organs, from mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, finally anus. Another solid organs, it's a pancreas, liver, and the gallbladder. Digestion divided to different part. One is a mechanical digestion and another is a chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion, food is physically broken into smaller parts. Chemical digestion means that food is broken down by acids and enzymes into its basic units. The journey of digestion, it starts from mouth, then stomach, then small intestine, and then large intestine, the finally and the rectum, that means anus. In a mouth, digestion begins even before the food enters the mouth. Saliva, in a mouth, the saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase. Then stomach, it enter into stomach. The bolus enters the stomach through a muscular wall at the top called the cardiac sphincter. The stomach contains gastric juice, which contains mostly hydrochloric acid and pepsin. The hydrochloric acid is an acid that is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. Pepsin, an enzyme that breaks down proteins. You know that the amazing part of hydrochloric acid, it's located in our stomach for the digestion. Then small intestine, it contains bile, pancreatic juice, intestinal juice, the large intestine. Here we have see that the flow chart of the digestion part in our human body, and the food taken from mouth, then salivary glands, and the parotid gland, and also it's enter into pharynx. And then in a stomach, it may be categorized a different part, the small intestine and the large intestine. The finally it execrate into a anus. Then how nutrients are broken down? The different components of the diet are broken down in various ways: protein, fat, carbohydrate, DNA, and RNA. The fat lingual lipase begins fat digestion in the mouth. The protein digested by three enzymes called pepsin in the stomach, trypsin and chymotrypsin in the duodenum, secreted by the pancreas. Then finally the DNA and RNA broken down by deoxyribonuclease and ribonuclease produced by pancreas. Then hormonal control of digestion. Such a part of hormones, gastrin, cholecystokinin, and then secretin, gastric inhibitory protein. The gastrin originated from stomach. It stimulates food, especially proteins, caffeines, spices, and alcohol. In the function, stimulates the stomach acids and enzymes water. So these type of hormones carry out various functions originated from a stomach and small intestine. Then another important part, the tear. Tears are a clear liquid secreted by the lacrimal glands found in the eyes of all land mammals. The role of chemistry in tears is a huge level. Tears are naturally produced by lacrimal or tears ducts in eyes. Their function include lubricating the eyes. That is called a basal tears. Here we have divided three different type of tears: basal tears, emotional tears, and reflex tears. The tears also occur as a part of the body's natural pain response. Humans are the only mammals known to produce tears as a part of an emotional response, such as out of joy or grief. Tears are made up of water, electrolytes, proteins, lipids, and mucins that form layers on the surface of ice. The chemical composition of a tear drop: three layers of tears. One is an oily layer, second one is an aqueous layer, third one is a mucus layer. The oily layer, an outer hydrophobic oily layer, protects tears from evaporating or spilling out onto your cheeks. Aqueous layer, here middle aqueous or watery layer, transports vitamins, salts, and other minerals and nutrients to the cornea of the eye. Mucus layer, a mucus layer coats the cornea. This inner layer helps the tears stay on the eye and keeps the tissue moisturized. We want to differentiate happy tears and sad tears. Both tears of grief and joy are psychic tears triggered by extreme emotions, whether positive or negative. Reflex tears are secreted in a response to an irritant like dust or onion vapors or tear gas. Sad tears, saltier. Yes, of course, your tears are salty because they contain natural salts called electrolytes. What what happens to your body when you cry? It's amazing facts. Releases toxins and relieves stress. When humans cry in response to stress, their tears contain a number of stress hormones and other chemicals. Crying could reduce the levels of these chemicals in the body, which could in turn reduce stress. So hopefully, if you are suffered by some more stress, immediately we should cry. Then only we may reduce the stress. It's an amazing fact. Then another means that the composition of tears. All types of tears contains sodium chloride, potassium chloride, water, and varying amounts of antibodies and proteins. Different tears have different proportions. Basal tears are composed primarily of salts, water, and a little bit of mucus. Reflex tears are very similar to basal tears. Emotional tears contain the most proteins of the three kinds. Then finally, we want denoted the artificial tears. The most common components of artificial tears are polyvinyl alcohol, glycerin, and carboxymethyl cellulose. And then finally, we have conclude our part organ system, organs, tissues, cells, and chemicals. The atoms and are molecules that are building blocks of all matter. For example, oxygen and protein. We have defined the cells, the smallest living unit in the body. Examples: hepatocyte, neuron. And then tissues, the group of cells with a similar structure and function. There are only four types of tissues: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nerve tissue. Then organ system and also organ. The organ system comprised with a gastrointestinal system. That, for example, gastrointestinal system and the nervous system also. You know that the energy and the human life merged together. The body completely consists with a lot of elements, lot of chemicals. Though chemistry plays a vital role in our human body. That's only chemistry defined, expanded like this type of nature. C refers to community, H refers to health, E refers to environment, M refers to medicine, I refers to industry, S refers to sciences, T refers to teaching, R refers to research. Then finally, Y refers to U. U is called chemistry. So it's an amazing fact happened in a chemistry only. That's only chemistry is the major and vital role in our day-to-day life, especially in our human body. Without chemistry, we can't live in this world. Surely, of course. I thank very much. Thank you very much, dear teachers, dear research scholars, and dear student friends. I express my sincere thanks for your patient listening and for your genuine interest. Kindly extend your fullest cooperation in the upcoming classes also. Thank you very much. All the best. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you. Thank you.